Support trait, Judge Dredd is at 120, and Demon Chocobo is at 53. And then class name, Street Judge at 10, Werewolf at 5. So this is the absolute last chance. Get your donations in right away. Let's
Okay, cool.
all right. We did just get a donation in. $100 from Chris Woods.
Smoky.
Saying, please put $80 to Daggerfall character name Joseph Dredd and 20 to Daggerfall class name The Law.
Good.
So let's go ahead and say we've officially cut those off, and I'll do the final refresh. Is that cool?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I got it here too. So for the name, I'm seeing The Law in the lead.
Yep, looks that way.
Portrait is Dread.
Yep.
Good. And Street Judge.
Street Judge is the name.
Okay.
It's like reading 2000 AD again when I was a kid. It's kind of the only comics we had in England.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm ready to start when you guys are. Good to go? Okay. So reminder again, $250 is the donations needed for Oblivion Any Run right after the run. You should have about, let's say, 20, 25 minutes, probably 25, 30 to get those in. So please do. Okay. So let's start in 3. Hold on. Let me remember these names again. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So this is the Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. First thing we're doing, we're making a red guard as our where we're from. We're going to make a custom class. This pretty much completely breaks Daggerfall here. And here I need to make my class called a Street Judge. Thank you for the donations. Okay, so here we are making our own custom class. The primary skills that I'm selecting here are handpicked for fast leveling. So we'll get to the reason why the leveling stuff is so important later, but for now, just bear with me on that. Okay, this is so that we level faster. Athleticism, very important. Increased Majory 3x, that's triple spell points. Spell absorption general, also really critical here. And then we have to balance those out with some disadvantages. Don't worry about these. These are just manipulating the things we get. Here's our name. We are, of course, The Law, naturally. Oh, geez. Okay, well, just imagine we're The Law. So there we go. Okay, so all points go into speed. Okay, running. All points into running here. Very important for going fast. Okay, so I'll explain why those numbers need to be what they are later. But bear with me. Okay, first thing, turn off head bobbing. We're going to get rid of our default spells here. And then first, let's say glitch in the game. We're going to Alt F11 directly out of the first dungeon and head to where we're going to go buy a bunch of stuff. So what you might have saw there was I kind of just warped the entrance of the dungeon there. In the most recent patch of Daggerfall, the developers addressed an issue where players would just be playing the game and they would fall directly through the game world while just, walking around, which clearly not something you want to have happen in your game. So they put in a debug command into the game that if you pressed it, it would teleport you back to the last spot where your feet touch the ground, which is sure handy when you're playing casually. But in a speedrun, it's really nice because it warps you generally to the beginning of dungeons. So here we join the Mages Guild, and now we're going to make some spells here. First one is a leveling spell. You'll see this in action fairly soon here, and it'll be pretty self-explanatory why we're making it. Teleport will let us teleport between 2 points that we set ourselves. Levitate will let us fly around the game world. Also very handy. After Levitate is a damage spell. This one just seems like a regular damage spell, but the main important thing for this one is that it is a area at range spell. So we'll see that applied later. After that is just slow fall. Slow fall might seem a weird choice to get for one of our spells, but it comes in very handy. So now that we've done that, we can just go ahead and leave, and we'll do. Oh, we will not rest here. The law will not appreciate that. Okay, so here we're going to start our very brief level grind here. So once I get here, I'll turn down the sound effects because this part is not very fun to listen to. Okay, so I'll turn down the sound. So what I'm doing here is I am power leveling. This might seem a little weird, the way I'm power leveling, like looking straight up into the sky and casting a spell over and over again. So Daggerfall is pretty unique in the 5 main Elder Scrolls games and their speedruns in that you actually need to be a certain level in order to do the main quest. The level that we're shooting for here is level 7. Eventually we need to be about level 9 to complete the main quest. So in order to get those levels quickly, I made a leveling spell at the Mages Guild, which has 3 effects on it. Those train Illusion, Mysticism, and Thaumaturgy. And the way that levels are gained in Daggerfall is that you have to use your skills, and as you use those skills, it adds a point to a pool. When that pool reaches about 20 points, it awards you a level up. So we're just getting a whole bunch of skills right now. When I first enter an area, I cast Slow Fall, and I am holding down the jump key. So I'm jumping essentially every frame. I'm also casting that leveling spell every frame. I'm running forward, and I'm also traveling between these 2 towns here. And those are giving me all sorts of skill ups in a whole bunch of different things here. So I need to periodically check which level I am. We need to get to level 7. So we're getting there. Also, I have to press about 6 keys at once for this, so it's really important that you have a keyboard that can actually handle a ton of inputs at once for stuff like this. So we should be just about done here after this one. Let's see where we are. Still level 6. Okay. This part could be kind of RNG. You might see at the top of the screen that like the list that we get of, hey, your illusion skill has increased. That list can vary in how long it is, and that's just up to whether or not the game wanted to award you a skill up. So now we are at our prescribed level 7, and we'll head on over to Wayrest to do the first official main quest of the game. I make sure to continue casting the leveling spell on the way there because there's level 7 and then there's level 7. You can't really tell which level of 7 you are until it actually matters, and usually by then it's too late. So just so that things don't go really wrong here, we'll make sure that we're actually level 7. Okay, so here you might be wondering what's going on here. He's looking up at the sky. Is this Goldeneye? No, this is actually a weird... my control key fell off. That's awesome. I kind of need a control key. That's actually a...
That's what you get for smack talking Goldeneye.
Yeah. So that trick that I was doing there was a buffer jump. Man, I really need that control key. Okay. Here we're going to do the first quest in the game. So we set our teleport anchor there at Medora, or whatever her name is, and then we travel over here to Skorg Barrow. So here's that buffer jump right there. That just shoots us forward way faster than we'd normally be able to go.
Are we looking for the control key?
Yeah, that would be great if we could find the control key.
Okay.
Initiate search mode.
I actually super glued the keycaps on this keyboard, but apparently not that key. Base Steel series.
It went in your bag.
Oh man, you guys found it. Thank you.
Guys,
Sick.
for those of you wondering how many RPG Limit Break attendees it takes to find a control key, the answer is 4.
Awesome. Okay, so what we did there was we clipped Out of Bounds and talked to that quest NPC from Out of Bounds, and then, oh man, it's so nice having a control key.
I would like to point out that the chat is now saying that's because the law can't be controlled.
Well done, chat. So anyways, what we did there was we clipped Out of Bounds because walls are merely an illusion in Daggerfall, and this is actually a space flight sim. So we clipped Out of Bounds and then levitated down to the quest person, and then just turned in the quest with him and then teleported back. That's how a lot of the quests are going to go here in Daggerfall, except for this one. This is a reason why the estimate for this is let's say, double what the world record is for this game. So people kind of get the wrong impression that Daggerfall is random. It actually isn't. If you get the game, which is free, by the way, you can just go to, I think, like elderscrolls.com, and Daggerfall is free if you want it. All of the towns and dungeons are always going to be the same layout. Aviary more, okay. Always going to be in the same locations, the same names. The aviary, same layouts and all that. The only things that are different are kind of like the things that spawn inside the dungeons. But there is a little bit of randomness, and that randomness is very apparent in this level, or in this quest. So in this is the infamous werewolf quest. Here we need to, whoa, not do that. Okay, we failed the kung fu out of bounds. Okay, so now we're inside the dungeon. Up here is the minimap. Pretty much anywhere in this dungeon, there could be a werewolf. Whoa, that's a dude that clipped out of bounds. They're after me. Okay, well this is going great. Okay, so I am looking for a werewolf that when I kill it, it gives me a quest update. It could be like right here. Oh, no, of course not. It gives me a quest update of like, hey, you killed that werewolf. Good job. Unfortunately, you don't know which werewolf it is until you kill it. And the other bad thing is that, see all these other things like this spider here and like the harpies and all that. We could see those from fairly far away in the dungeon. For whatever reason, quest monsters that you have to kill don't like appear in your vision until you're right in front of them, which is fantastic for stuff like this. Unfortunately, I might have to pull the plug on this one. Luckily, this is why I make a second save here, so that if I get a really bad dungeon like that one, I can just reload it. So let's get another one here. I also need to turn up the sound in game. Okay, the as something. It's a really long name. That looks right. Okay, let's turn up the sound again. So there's multiple ways for me to spot the werewolf. There's just seeing it, which is obviously the best. I can also hear it with audio cues. It makes this growling sound, which is pretty unique to the werewolf. There we go. So that's a Dirac drop, by the way. That was put into the route by Dirac about 8 months ago, I want to say. And it's really handy because you can actually fall so fast in this game that the physics engine just kind of forgets how to physics, and you can fall through the floor immediately when you enter dungeons, which is really handy because getting out of bounds is pretty much the first thing you want to do when you enter a dungeon here. All right, where's our werewolf? Once we get past the werewolf, we're like home free for this run.
Just a quick update. We've only received about $40 towards the Oblivion at this point. So get your donations in on that one.
All right. This could be it right here. Oh, it is. All right, good. 11:21. Okay, this is actually going to be an okay run. I was a little worried there. Like when I was doing practice, practice for the werewolf was not going great, let's say. So luckily this went okay. Okay, so now we're going to Rustbrone, I guess.
Are you looking up that lady's dress?
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
I am the law.
That's true.
I can do that. Okay, so now this is oh great. This is another kind of random element here. So this is a quest where I need to talk to a person in this town who is in one of these buildings here. And I need to find an adult to tell me where this place is. And sometimes they don't know, even though there's like some of these towns have like five buildings in them. Sometimes they're even like, I don't know where that is. Just go ask someone else. Okay, so this guy is actually lying to me. He said it's 9 days in Tunbeth Hamlet. The Tunbeth Hamlet part is right. The rest usually isn't. So let's take a look at our log here. 4 days in Tunbeth Hamlet. Okay, so there is a range of time for this quest in which you can be here. If you get here too early, like I need to come back here in a few days. But first, ooh, Zombie has not shown up yet. That's a little weird. Okay, so first I need to travel away for, let's say, 3 days if I can do it. Okay, there we go. And then back to Tunbeth Hamlet. So if I get there too early, the person won't be there. If I get there too late, they'll have already gone, and that fails the quest. If you fail a quest in Daggerfall, there's Zombie. All right, good. So this is Zombie. Zombie is actually a letter. It might look like a zombie that we just blew up, but no, that was actually a letter. So here I'm going to talk to this person. Good, and our quest person is here. Surefire way to check and see if the quest person is in town is to just talk to them. If they appear in the list of conversation topics, then they will absolutely be there. If not, then either you need to either travel away for a little bit or just cry because the run is dead. So either one. So here we're going to talk to that person as the frame rate catches up with me. Okay, so now we're done with this quest. So that was one of the few random-ish quests in the game, and luckily we're done with that. That's another like large piece of RNG in the run. So here we start her quest, which we'll do much later, and now we're actually going to do the quest that we blew up Zombie for. Zombie sacrificed himself as a letter. That's kind of how this quest is given to you.
We're up to $100, folks. Keep them coming.
All right, we're almost there. Keep them coming, folks. Okay, so here is another weird glitch, kind of unique to this quest. So again, we're going to do the thing where we just run into this wall here, and then suddenly we're in space. The quest for this is the Necromancer here wants us to go and get the soul of a lich from the Palace of Sentinel. But here, I can actually click on him one additional time, and that means that I don't have to actually return the quest to him. It's bizarre. We don't know why that happens, but sure. That's just why it happens.
Can I break in with a quick donation?
Absolutely.
All right. From Driscoll Lad.
Oh, just glad.
I have a $200 donation.
Ooh. Nice.
One, Puri could probably run Daggerfall and Oblivion simultaneously. He's that good. Two, Alundra next year, dude.
Yo.
Three, good luck and forever and always blame Everhate. Let's name the boy in Final Fantasy EVR 8 for him, huh? And he put all $200 towards that.
Nice.
So,
thank you, just glad.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, so now we're off to go and kill that lich. So here I'll explain the damage spell that I had before. So when I was making my character, I gave myself the spell absorption perk, and I made the boom spell here. Area at range. So what I'm doing is I'm casting a spell at my feet, and it's damaging stuff around me, and I'm completely absorbing the cost of the spell. So I can pretty much infinitely damage stuff around me as long as it's like within arm's reach, which is really handy for the run. So here is kind of the first big sequence break in the run. So for this quest coming up, normally we would do 2 quests to get the fast travel location for an area out on the map. You might have been able to tell like every single dot on the map is just a location you can go to. But here, instead of getting a fast travel location, we are going to jump off of a roof and cast slow fall. So this is a buffered super jump off of the roof. So we're currently like going forward extremely fast and slowly falling down. And what this is doing is getting us to the quest location, which is kind of in the middle of this island, without having to first get the fast travel location to it first and not having to go there on foot, because that would be really slow, because the game world for Daggerfall is huge, if you haven't seen it before. So in a little bit here, I'm going to touch down the ground. I'm spamming the R key, because that's how I'll know when my feet are on the ground again.
Hey, Puri.
Hey, what?
I think we're running Oblivion.
Oh man, thank you guys. Okay, goal has been met. We in there. All right, so there we made it. So this is a place in the middle of the island. This is Medora's tower, Doreni's tower. So we're gonna kung fu out of bounds again. Again, shout outs to Dirac for this awesome strat. So physics is gonna be fooled right here. I'm gonna fall through that floor and then levitate over to Medora. So we're going to be here a few times in the run, and after I start the quest here, we're going to see me using that that Alt F11 thing. So right there, that's what that looks like. Daggerfall, you might have heard, is a little buggy. It likes to crash. There's several tricks you can do to, one, speed up things, and two, also dramatically increase the risk of the game crashing there. One of the things you can do is buffer a travel map while clicking on a door. I don't do it everywhere because that's almost a surefire way to crash the game because memory issues. Another way to crash the game is to go too far out of bounds inside dungeons, and that's just, everything will catch on fire if you do that. But I think I will actually show the crash screen in the game because the text for it is pretty amazing. All right, so in Daggerfall here, Daggerfall is the second Elder Scrolls game. Orcs are still an enemy race.
Oh.
The quest that I'm about to do actually makes orcs a playable character, or a playable selection in the character creation. So we're going to Kung Fu Out of Bounds again. This one is kind of weird because physics gets fooled even more because it puts us on the roof of where we should be instead of like clipping through the floor, which is bizarre. No idea why this one in particular does that. All right, so here I need to pay attention to the dialogue box. Oh, Greensley, oh, great. All right, Addy, we got Greensley. Okay, so there are 5 different dungeons for the next part here, and Greensley Hall is the worst one you can get because there's more places to look for something than any of the other ones. So great, fantastic. Okay, so here I can do this. I need to click the mouse immediately or else I get blown up by a wizard. Greensley Hall. Okay, so let's see how this goes.
Just a really big shout out to the guy, to whoever it was that helped us meet Oblivion with an anonymous $150 donation and no comment. So thank you to whoever you are.
Yo,
Mysterious stranger, you are
Thank
bringing
you,
us
mysterious
Oblivion.
stranger. All right. So it could be right here, and it isn't, because of course can't have nice things. Then it is south and then east. In the gray room is the other place to look. So kind of like the mummy or the werewolf quest earlier. There it is. There's a mummy. Okay, so I need to make sure mummy doesn't clip through the floor because it's in kind of a bad spot. There we go. Don't mind that. That's a sound blaster. Doing sound blaster stuff. Okay, so now that we got some dust from that mummy, don't worry about that. I'm not going to set a teleport anchor there at Medora because we're going to do a trick here that will speed up things quite a bit. So now we're heading back to Daggerfall, and while we're doing that, I'll shout out the Daggerfall community. So Addy has the world record for Daggerfall at 20 minutes and 1 second, which is, it's just an insane run. My PB is like 23 minutes something, so it's just the amount of like skill and luck it takes to get a run like that is crazy. Also shout outs to Shizu and Dirac. And also Chops. That is the current Dagger fam. And Daggerfall is free, by the way. So if you're looking at this and think you want to run it, 1, have fun with the werewolf quest, and 2, it's free. So it's not too bad to pick up. All right, so here you might see me casting Slowfall before levitating. That's because whenever you levitate in Daggerfall, it acts as if there's a solid platform underneath you pushing you up. So if you cast Levitate while you're falling, it'll just kill you from the fall damage, which is great. It's a great feature. All right, so now we're going back to Medora here. Gonna Kung Fu Out of Bounds again.
Can I pop in a few donations?
Absolutely.
All right. I have a $10 donation from Anonymous saying, "Good luck, Puri. Baron von Wolfschild would be proud." $40 donation from Gator Bootzor saying, "This is for Oblivion Any Percent. Great fan of the stream." Sure. Thank you.
Sure.
And Rare Like a Unicorn donates 10 saying, "This is the weirdest Overblood 2 run I've ever seen." Puri, sure. And then just just $50 from CR80 with a no comment, but he tossed us $50. And $10 from another anonymous source saying, "Had to donate during Puri. His Quest for Glory 1 speedrun is fantastic." So thank you all for your donations.
All right, so just like the big jump I did earlier, this is kind of like that. There's a setup that I use with the compass, which is why I went to full screen there. So I'm looking at the top of the screen for a gold message right there. That means that we just flew over the fast travel point. So luckily, I played this enough that I know which direction to move here. If you're just starting out in Daggerfall running, good luck knowing which direction the place is. So there it is. All right, so we're going to do another another direct drop here. This one's kind of finicky to get. We need to get like stuck in the ceiling here. Okay, there we go. This should do it. All right, so here we're going to fly through. Okay, didn't even do it. Great, thank you. All right, so anyways, this gives me an opportunity to show that any slanted surface here is how you clip out of bounds in Daggerfall. It's pretty much that easy. All you have to do is crouch and then levitate up and through any surface like that. Also, your horizontal move speed is governed by your speed and your running stat, but your floating up and down speed is always going to be set. There's no way to speed that up via stats. So in order to make that faster, I'm using these sloped edges of these hallways to go up and down faster. So here I'm skipping a cutscene with a spooky ghost who wants vengeance, and now we're going to go get that vengeance. So we're getting close to the end of the main quest here. So we're going to Woodbourne Hall here to go get our vengeance. Whenever you see me open up that screen there, that's quick saving because, man, this game likes to crash. So we're going to do this. This is one of the more common ways to clip out. You just do that. Real easy. So now we're going to go kill Lord Woodbourne. They say Lord Woodbourne in the lore, but because of the way that Daggerfall handles monster spawns, all it says is Lord Woodbourne's a knight, so spawn a knight. Knights can either have a male or female character model, so hey, we got a male one this time. All right. That's just how they handle it in Daggerfall. Okay. So now we're going to Alt F11 on out of here. And now for the last random quest of the game. We're going to stay in inns. Okay, so for this, we're going to get a letter. I need to look at where we're going. We're going to Lambdale Heath, which is always going to be here, Lambdale Heath. So the person here is always going to be in an inn. Hopefully this is a small town with only one inn. Let's see what we got. We got 3 inns. We'll just YOLO this and see what we get. I've been getting pretty good YOLO luck here. Inns will always have this gray texture here, so they're at least easy to spot. And what we got? All right, YOLO worked first try. Good. Okay, so this is why I set that teleport anchor back at Castle Daggerfall, because I knew ahead of time that I would have to return here for another quest. So I'm going to set our teleport anchor here. Our current main quest is to steal a totem from the treasure room of Castle Daggerfall. So I have to do multiple clips here to do this. There's this treasure cube suspended in midair. So I have to clip inbounds and then clip up through this treasure cube and steal this baby thing over here. Sure. And then we're now going to return return the thing that we stole to the guy that we stole it from because Daggerfall, right? This game makes so much sense. All right, so now we're on the last quest of the game, which makes even less sense kind of in context with everything else. So the overarching story here is that we were sent by the Emperor to investigate the mysterious death of the King of Daggerfall, because he's become a spooky ghost that just wants vengeance, and he's just been saying vengeance over and over again outside the town at night. So we had to investigate that, and that led us on all sorts of political stuff that eventually led us to an enormous golem that the original Emperor used to conquer the land. Here I could die. Hopefully I don't. Okay, we're good. See, that thing tried. There's a Frost Achnak there that likes to ruin runs, but luckily they showed mercy today. So anyways, there's a giant golem thing that the power source for is hidden inside this this dungeon. Fun fact. This is the final dungeon of the game. For whatever reason, there is a entrance to this dungeon just kind of out in the game world in Daggerfall. If you buy a boat and then jump off of the boat and head, I believe it's northwest, you can swim to a door that is the entrance to this dungeon and just kind of get here soon after entering. All right, time is coming up, by the way. After I see this text box, I'll tell you. And time. All right. Not so fast, the law. Just pretend that's the law. And then we get spooky cutscene. Spook alert. If you're easily spooked, look away.
Can I pop a donation into over
Absolutely.
cutscene?
Yep.
All right. I've got $10 from Harry, who says, "Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth." Thank you very much. And Suki Baka steps up with the promise from the previous run with $40, saying, "This is for the ghosts that Ghost King pulled as promised, :D." I think that's supposed to be a big old smiley face, but :D sounds funnier. I have Caldrim donating $10 with no message. Thank you very much. And Ann K donates $25 saying, "I'm here for Elder Scrolls 2 and because Ken sent me." Thank you very much to them both.
Yep. Okay. So I said I would show the one. We're gonna show this because this is too good. Okay, so you can spawn city guards by resting inside like around towns, and if you pickpocket the guards, they'll just keep spawning. So we've currently got a lot of the law after us. Okay, but we've got Oblivion to do, so let's get out of here. There's a spooky ghost, by the way. So I mentioned before that the dungeons in Daggerfall kind of have finite limits to them. Kind of the same thing for the game world of Daggerfall here, like the overworld. So if we do this, we're currently like climbing up into the air right now. By the way, that's what I'm doing. I'm holding down. Vengeance.
Thank you very much. Yes, vengeance. We get the message.
Vengeance. Yes. Right. We got it. All right. So there we go. Okay. So look over here at this. Daggerfall has detected Area 110. Warning, we recommend that you reboot your machine now. When Daggerfall terminates improperly, it occasionally corrupts other programs and data currently running in memory. So Daggerfall can crash so hard that the rest of your computer isn't safe from this game. Yeah, this is a special game. Okay, I need to log into Steam to get Oblivion running, so can you take down this for now? Okay, thank you.
Quickly, Puri, I have a message from a gentleman who was here on site, Reverend Miller, who did the Quest for Glory run a couple of days ago.
Yep.
$25 saying, "I wanted to sit on the couch and make faces behind you during the run, but instead I can throw money at you. Thank you, Puri, and use this for runner's choice." So what would you like for your runner's choice, Puri?
Runner's choice is the, was it Strength Route?
Strength Route?
Yep.
For Bowie?
Yep, for Bowie.
Okay. And I have $10 from Packing Jeet, who says, open parentheses, lowercase b, apostrophe, underscore, underscore, apostrophe, close parentheses, underscore b.
Nice.
I think it's supposed to be a face that's given thumbs up, but I'm computer illiterate. So we'll go ahead and get that money over to... Do you want to do a commercial between games?
This will take just a minute here. I got to log into Steam, and Steam was very upset with me changing users.
Not a problem. While we are doing that then, allow me to just go over the bid incentives for Half Minute Hero, which will be coming up after Oblivion. Hero 3D Hard Mode, which will be a bonus run, which would be afterwards, of a mode that greatly resembles Hero 3 mode in the first game on hard, is currently at $219 out of $300. So if you want to see that, get your bids in on that one. Naming Yuja is currently at, we have BTR Ingredient at $3.50, and Jeff at $2.50. We are all Jeff. Yusha is currently with $4, Essentia, and then a
full
heart,
screen, widescreen,
and then Better Pizza with $3.50, and Jeff with $2.50, and then Yushia with $50 is Kazuko, $10 is Foul, $3.50 is Papa John's, and $2.50 is once again Jeff.
Yep, open couch.
And then, just to give an update on the route choice, this won't reflect Puri Puri's donation yet. Currently, weapons is at $80 and Magic is at $20. So,
Yep, any percent.
and while Puri hydrates himself, I shall do one quick plug if that's okay.
Yep, go for it.
Just to let you guys know, during the event, you will hear us talking about the words incentive and prizes. What that means is when you donate your money and you choose a name or you get a cool game like Oblivion to play, you're also getting entered into a chance to win some cool prizes that get announced every now and again. All donations that you send in do go to NAMI. All of the prizes have been donated by community members and others. So all the donations do go to the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
Yeah, good enough.
The estimate is really quick, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
fast.
You thought that last game was broken?
yeah, right?
I can't wait.
Yep.
Ladies
Assuming,
and gentlemen, we're going to break Patrick Stewart in ways you have never imagined.
oh, yeah. Assuming no soft locks.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I should go offline. That's,
That's a good idea, yeah.
let's, okay.
I'm holding on to how fast it's going to be.
Yeah.
I thought I was offline already, but sure.
To quote Samuel L. Jackson, hold on to your, yeah.
All right, there we go. Haha, can't send me all those horrible group requests now. Okay.
Oh, they can. You just won't get
Yeah,
them.
I just won't see him. I'll see him later. Okay, ready to go? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this is Elder Scrolls 4? Let's say 4.
Yeah, it's 4.
Yep, 4 Oblivion. Oh, great, the textures are a different resolution right now. That's odd.
Strong.
All right, I'm pretty sure I said them correctly before, but this should be okay. So right now, we're going to attempt to clip through this wall. So there is a weird quirk with the physics engine in Oblivion and also kind of in Fallout 3, where when you quick save and load that save, you briefly have control before the collision loads in with walls, which is bizarre, but sure, it's an Elder Scrolls game. We should know this already from Daggerfall. So that's all we're going to do here is clip through these walls. I have a particular setup for the next clip, which used to be horrible, but it should be okay now. Hopefully the textures aren't bad. I didn't mention this during Daggerfall, but I speedrun all 5 numbered Elder Scrolls games. If you're wondering how long they are, Arena is about 25 minutes, and it's the most boring 25 minutes of speedrun you will ever see. Daggerfall is on average about 25 to 30. Morrowind is about 5 minutes. Oblivion is about 5 minutes, and Skyrim is about 40. So we have something that's called the anthology run that we do that does all 5 back to back to back to back. All right, so there we just clipped out of bounds to pretty much skip a section of running here. You might notice that we didn't talk to the Emperor or his guards yet. We just completely skipped that. They'll catch up with us later, but for now we're just running through here. I don't think we're getting any game audio, but we'll just have to deal with that. So we're running through here, and believe it or not, okay, we're about 2 minutes in. We are most of the way through the game already. Might sound crazy, but that's how broken this game is. This is the most current patch of Oblivion, by the way.
Wait, what?
Yeah, for speedrunning Elder Scrolls games, only, let's see, I believe it's Morrowind is the only one where running... Yeah, you need 1.0 for Morrowind. All right.
Hard to find.
Well, no, you can actually downgrade. There's a patch made by Fatalis, I believe, that you can easily downgrade the Steam version. So if you happen to have these games on Steam, it's pretty easy to get into speedrunning them. And we have plenty of tutorials on, let's say, speedrun.com, and I believe SDA has some stuff for Elder Scrolls games if you want to get into running the series. Skyrim probably has the most competitive leaderboard right now, and the Skyrim run is crazy if you haven't seen it, especially recently. I'll just say that to do one of the skips in Skyrim, you now get married, and
That's a change from the last time I saw the route.
yeah, it's pretty good now. Okay, so here I'm gonna make a hard save. I was getting some bad luck with some soft locks earlier, so hopefully this will resolve itself. Okay, So we'll get those guys back on track here. We're going to continue punching Glenroy in the face, and then go on out here. So that's pretty much the most we're going to see of the Emperor here. The cannon for the speed run is quite a bit different from the cannon for the main game. So here I need to get these guys over here to this trigger, and then hopefully they stop attacking me soon after I yield. Oh, we might have the soft lock here. Okay. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, good. So sometimes they could just keep attacking you, and we'll never stop. But luckily, we in there. All right, so here we're going to do another clip through this door, like this. It's important that you go to the main menu and do this, and also that you don't move your mouse when you do this, because that can screw up the alignments. So here we're going to aim towards this, which is the exit of this area. And so in the canon of the speedrun, the Emperor actually never dies, because we never got to that trigger. So now we can continue on out to the end of the sewers here, where it'll give us the last of the tutorial prompts. And then shortly thereafter, we're going to beat the game.
Yeah.
Yep. So you might remember from like the really old route it used like paintbrushes.
Oh yeah.
There is a much better way to do stuff like that now. So now we're going to head on over to the Imperial City, to the Temple District, and go over to the Temple of the One. So there's something weird here with the temple. We're going to do a clip behind this door. This clip can sometimes be finicky. Let's see if we get it quickly. So they left something in the game here, in all the versions, that does weird things. Like, just weird things. So let's see if we can get through this door quickly enough. This skip can be finicky. There we go. Okay, so here's the door to the temple. Here's a little mini door to the Temple of the One. What does this do? So hey, we're now inside the Temple of the One. Let's go back outside again. And oh, everything's on fire now. So this is the end of the game. For whatever reason, entering that little door sets like all the main quest plot flags as, hey, you're on the last quest. Good job. So now we're gonna wait for a bit, because if you might remember, for the end game of Oblivion, you're rolling around with Martin, the Emperor to be. And Martin is currently somewhere way off in the game world right now, so he's currently running to us. And here he is. He finally got to us. So I'm going to do some clicking. We're going to say, follow me, and then, hey, we're already here. All right, time's coming up. And time.
Wow.
6:16. All right. In there. All right, so here's the ending to Oblivion. So the Morrowind run is about as long as this, and it's just as crazy, so if that interests you, you should look at that as well. Just don't watch Arena, because it's not good.
Just a quick donation before you leave.
Yep.
Oasis sends $20 going, my state tax refund has finally come in. That means I have more money to donate than I can get on that PS4 action. Direct the courier to send this notice with haste to the donation incentive of the runner's choice. So we put that to the weapons choice for you.
Thank you for the donation. All right. So anyways, I don't know if we can even hear this cutscene.
No.
No, we can't? Okay, so we'll just quit out of this. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This was Daggerfall and Oblivion. And keep on donating and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
So up next, we will have Half Minute Hero. We are going to throw to a quick commercial break right now while we do some setup. So we will see you on the other side. All right, we are back. I think you might have
Microphone
just
QL.
heard me cough a little bit there. Just to let you guys know, while we are running ads, all ads and sub revenue are going to be used to enable us to run future marathons. But do not worry, all of the actual donations themselves still go to NAMI. So that's where that's going to be going. Speaking of NAMI, NAMI is the National Association